Trying to get the landscape deal to go live. I mean, I guess you gotta do it every time. Silliness YouTube. Here's an idea. How about every time someone goes live, they chop off a finger? That would be just as fun. Anyways, we're up here on top of the mountain. See if we can see any of them northern lights. Someone has put up a couple fence posts. I don't see no fence. Let's see. This way would be west. So the northern lights are coming out of the north, right? I don't know. Somebody say something. I don't even know if my light. I guess I've done it now. There we go. Hello, hello. Oh, I've been out in the woods. Just not with a camera in my hand. Here's some music over there on that ridge line. Last night I went into Logan. My little niece is graduating. I got home and I figured, well, I'll take a nap. Because I was going to come up here last night. Let me get back up here. Got better signal. But I was going to come up here last night and check out the lights, and my nap turned to me not getting up to about 6 o'clock in the morning. Then going back to bed and not getting back up till 9. So that was nice. And I suppose it don't matter much. It definitely don't matter to YouTube, but I guess during the night it's not such a big deal. But I've got this in portrait mode instead of landscape, because apparently you have to go to landscape every time you go live. I guess people want to text you. Somebody just sent me a picture of the moon. I'm not seeing no lights. Am I looking the right way? Does anybody know which way I gotta look? Oh my God. I guess you have to look north. I've seen a lot of people post pictures on Facebook today from seeing it last night. We're supposed to be able to see it tonight. They said right after sunset till 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, just as I was leaving the house, I heard a vocalization. I think I just seen something. I'm up here looking for it. I meant to come out last night and took a nap that lasted till 6 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts, and I missed it. Oh well. I'll catch the next one in 100 years. no wonder I got this thing reversed. Oh. Well, if they are out tonight, it should be a good night for them because it's, I don't see a cloud in the sky. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people posting on Facebook today. I don't know, I was wore out. I haven't been feeling very good. Well, yesterday I didn't feel very good, and today I didn't. I pretty much had to force myself to go finish up my fence work today. Just a headache, just I felt drained. I looked online to see, and I don't know, you get all these different answers if you can find an answer at all. So I figured I'd come up here. If nothing's going on, then maybe I'll come back up later. Or maybe go to a different spot, but I have to get the side-by-side out because it's a much better spot, I think. Ava's done found the mud hole. I got all my pigs moved up this evening, and well, all but the little boar. It actually went perfect for once. Now, of course, I'll probably wake up tomorrow and they'll be back down at the house. They seem pretty happy to get out of that bottom and get on some fresh land. And they've got plenty of it. They've got about, I'm going to guess, around 60, maybe even 70 acres of fenced in land now. Yeah, it's nighttime here. I was hoping to see the lights. There's the moon. It's pretty up here tonight. There's all kinds of stars. Probably can't even see the horizon. I don't know if it would pick up if we had the lights, unless they're really bright. I doubt anything's going to pick up. There's plenty of land in both those states. Matter of fact, I got a friend that's wanting to sell his farm here. One of his farms. He's got another one over closer to Ashland. But in my opinion, he's wanting way too much for it. gonna do a call. It's kind of chilly up, but still yet. I heard some music over yonder on that ridge. So something hollers back. It could be human. But we'll try it. See if we get any response. So watch your ears. Hopefully I don't cough during it. Kind of weak at the end. I mean, like I said, there's land for sale around here. I know of a couple places. Actually, the place up by Uncle Bob's, I think it's for sale now. Someone's bought it. Does anybody know, like, if you go live, is there some way that you can get it on landscape mode for like every time you go on there, or do you have to go to the stupid settings every time? Oh, I hate to hear about your loss. Man, the lightning bugs are out big time now. Like the last time I figured it out, but I had to go to settings to get it to go to landscape. Man, I was talking, but just got a vocalization to the west. Blue heard it. And I was hoping whenever you did the settings, it would do that all the time. You go to settings, it's like, are you sure? Because we think it's a better idea to go portrait mode. And I'm thinking, I don't. This sucks. I'm not on TikTok. And I'm not 18 years old. Me too. I figured it out once. I mean, I guess I could do it. I was just hoping it would come up, and I don't feel like fooling with it now. I didn't think I was going to get signal up here. It took a minute to connect. Even though I used to get really good signal up here. I'm as high up as you can get. Around here anyways. I guess I could climb the tree. Nope, I'm 40, 48 right now. Probably old gray and white hair, but I've been like that since I was 20. It runs in the family. Actually started getting gray hairs whenever I was still in high school. Let's try whoop. I don't think any boogers could actually slip up and throw anything at me up here. I've got at least 50 yards all the way around me with no trees. And behind me's probably about 300 yards. Wait for his four-wheeler to get by. My property is to the east of us right now. I didn't feel like getting a side-by-side out because, like I said, it's a bit chilly out. They might be coming up this road I'm on. Y'all probably can't see their light. Yeah, I think they're coming out this way. On the weekends, whenever, especially it warms up, there'll be 30 or 40 of them a night riding like in packs. Going around these trails. Probably be able to see them here in a second. And just two of them. What do you mean more coming into the clans? At least the chat stays up. They only give you like a little box of it, but it stays up like this. If you do have to leave landscape mode, it disappears until somebody comments. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how many's on my property now. At one time, I could. There was a. I'm gonna guesstimate, and I'll be conservative. Anywhere from 6 to 9, maybe 10. And that's just by going to different size tracks. Now, maybe they grew a little bit over a year span or whatever. I think that's how many was living here. And a lot of the tracks I found them the same day and all together. Them guys stopped out here on the point where I came in at. Oh, I think I see a light over there. Might be a cloud with the moon shining off of it, though. Yeah, I don't blame you. There's no way I'd want to be in the city right now. And I think it's going to get terrible this year, being an election year. And yeah, they're out there sitting talking now. Being an election year and all that, it's going to get real bad. Worse than the last time. And the elite will probably try to pull something again, which is the norm now. No more taps on the window, and I put cameras up now, and I mean, I mentioned in a few videos, and even did a video about it, how to keep them away from your house. And I don't want them tapping on my window and looking in my window at night, or being right around my house. You know, they've got the woods, they can go out there, I'll leave them be. But they're going to have to leave me be. I mean, that's just, to be honest with you, it's creepy. Every time you lay your head down and fall asleep, your window gets tapped on. I don't like that. So I've got cameras up in certain places, and that seems to keep them away from pulling stuff like that. I haven't seen none yet. They might be out later tonight. I guess I'm seeing clouds over here. It really don't make much sense. I don't see none back this way. But over here to the north, I'm seeing it looks like clouds. It might be the northern lights, but they say, let me see if I can zoom in on it. It's not very bright. Can y'all see that? I think I'm zoomed in. No, it's like a brighter looking spot over there in the sky. And it's directly north of me. So that could be them. Unless there's no clouds above me. Unless there's clouds over there and somehow the moonlight's reflecting off of them. But the sky's really bright over there. I kind of think if I went back over on my property and went up to that, the furthest point north on my property, it might give me a better visual of the north. So all this looks like it's kind of behind these tree lines over here. Little catfish. Alright, I'm gonna do a whoop. The guys took off. Now another car's coming. Hang on. They're just going over the mountain. It's the main road, and I've heard 3 cars go over it, which is kind of weird because this road, it's not a very good road, but it's the main county road going over into Elliott County. I'm gonna do a whoop. And I don't know if it's where the solar flares are going on today, but it's been really quiet. Like the birds and stuff, I haven't heard any birds today. And it's just like really, really quiet all day. Does anybody else notice that? I don't know if the worst of the solar flares is behind us or whatever, but I was kind of worried about putting my electric fence. I got solar powered chargers for my electric fence. I was kind of worried about putting them out today. There were some people, and it's always like this. I think it's like the boy who cried wolf type thing. Anytime there's some type of event, you'll have a bunch of folks coming out saying it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world. And far be it from me to say be ready, get prepared, because in my opinion it's coming. I think it'll come this year. Not the end of the world, but the end of the world as we know it. I think it's going to get really crazy. But they was talking about the solar flares shutting down the grid. No pappy. I bet, Barb, are you still in Tennessee or are you back up in Wisconsin? You might be able to see him pretty good up there. Or Pappy, how they doing up in New York? Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain. Sorry, y'all. The chat, I can see like the last 4 comments, and that's it. I have to scroll up to see them. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain this month. Last month it was dry as a bone. But yesterday it didn't even get out of the like lower 60s here. Today it got up in the 70s and it rained a couple showers. But this month is more like April than May as far as temperature and rain. What was that, Blue? What do you hear? Is it Booger Man? Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll take all this cool weather I can get. Man, it's got to where I don't like the summers no more. Anything above 80 degrees, man, I'm not into it. It's on your back door. That's Mom. She says she's seeing that it won't be from 5 till 8 a.m. Maybe maybe it won't be from till 5 o'clock in the morning. If so, I'll miss it again. I heard somewhere it'd be like an hour before and an hour after midnight would be the best times. And then another thing, that's why I came up here now, is the best time is right after sunset, like now. I guess that's clouds I'm seeing because it ain't changed. Looks like if there was any, I could see them. I could see all the stars. The chemtrailers must have took the day off. It's really quiet out here now. What about the cicadas? When's that supposed to pop off? A mosquito buzz in my ear. Does that count? Honestly, I don't think they're out to get people. Now, I'm not saying it don't happen, because I'm pretty sure it has happened, probably will happen. But most of all, I think they just want to be left alone. I mean, I've had some exciting times. Matter of fact, well, you can't see it, but I can see the mountaintop I was at. There's a gas line up there, and I had done a call and had a stick thrown at me right there, and whizzed right by my head. I mean, if that thing would have hit me, then it would not have felt very good. I've had all kinds of, like, I don't know, it sounds aggressive, but I think a lot of that's just them wanting me to get out of there. And then whenever they figured out that, hey, I ain't out to get them, then I'm just curious. I think that they are curious. I think it's a respect thing, to be honest with you. South Middle Tennessee, and they started there. They're talking about the light show. The peak will be between 2 and 5:30. But starting at 11:15 to 12:30, you can't go by that. They just come around. They don't stay in one area. At least the bunch I have. This is just all from what I've experienced. they come they come through here every few weeks, and they'll be in this area for not even a week, like around my house. They'll be around the house, and then you'll go weeks without any activity. And that's about how it is here, catfish. And it's, man, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I used to keep better track of it, but it seemed like about every 3 weeks they would come back around and be around from 4 to 6 days, and then gone for another 3 weeks. And I took one time. Sorry, let me get a drink of water. But I used to keep track of it a lot better. And one year I kind of followed them around, and I think what they was doing was a big old counterclockwise, like a loop. But it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense because if they was to stay in one area, they would have all the game scared off. Any type of plants or something like that they're eating, they would have went through. So I reckon they stay on the move. I reckon they stay in like little families, and they just keep, they don't stay anywhere for over a week, I don't think. But they've got like a kind of like a mountain lion or something. They've got a range. I used to gift them. I don't do that anymore unless you count like a deer heart from a deer I've killed or something. What are you doing in my truck, Ava? I think they did, Pappy. Them and the turkeys. But I mean, I think that's what they do is just, like they'll come to a spot and maybe like something like the morels is in season, and then they'll move on to the next spot where maybe some sort of berries or something's coming up. Oh, speaking of berries, my cousin grew some strawberries and made everybody a pie. Man, they are so good. I'm wanting to get a bucket full of them to run through the DNA machine. They were really sweet. Yeah, I think most of the activity, like the rock throwers and the noise makers back and forth and all around you, I think that's the younger ones doing all that. I think that's who does all that. And I think it's just like young teenagers or whatever. They're just out trying to have a good time. Hey, let's mess with a human. Make them run around like a crazy person. Scare them or whatever. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and I'm gonna head back down to the house, and I go to another spot, and I think I should get signal up there too. Yeah, people have come down here on a couple of occasions, but not lately. I haven't been as active as far as Bigfoot groups or whatever, anything like that as of late. Or even, it used to be I went on a couple years kick where I would always be filming everything, just trying to get that capture, because it seems like every time you pull a camera out, they get quiet, they don't do nothing, and you're lucky to catch anything. So I just started leaving my phone on the side by side, like if I'm out doing something, and they're still here. Blue dog's here too, staring at me. I don't even know how to turn my light on. Maybe this is it. Hang on. There we go. There's Blue Dog. Way over here. Yeah, things have kind of shifted, Pappy. The world's got a bit crazier. So, yeah, my attentions have been on other things. Getting ready for what's coming. Clouds moving in now. Yeah, plus that, and I don't know, to me, the whole Bigfoot group, the whole Bigfoot world online just got a little bit too silly, and it just kept getting sillier and sillier. It seemed like people just wanted entertainment more than they wanted what's really going on. Let's put it like that. They wanted to be entertained and didn't really care if what people were putting out there was the truth, more than they wanted evidence. So there's that. For the life of me, I have no idea why it's so bright over there to the north of me. And that's the only spot. But it's not like the light's not changing or anything. It's just like brighter. Like there's clouds lit up over there. I guess I'm seeing the lights of like a small town like Grayson, maybe. Could be that in that direction. It's the only thing I can figure out. But ornery. All Blue wants to do is go for a ride. Is that what you want to do, Blue? Go for the ride? That's all he wants to do. He has been treeing squirrels, haven't you? yeah, that's about it, Pappy. Well, catfish, I mean, I guess it's like anything else. You know, there's still people out there that don't believe the election was stolen, or there's people out there that still believe that voting actually means anything anymore. I hate to say it, but I don't even know if I'm going to vote this year. I don't. I'm not really seeing the point, and it's not just because I don't know. Honestly, I think maybe they're all in it together. Just the same old, same old. Maybe not. I don't know. And I've never missed voting before in my life since I turned 18. But it's just, I don't know. Well, was it Thomas Jefferson said something like the tree of liberty has to be fed by the blood of patriots? Man, honestly, I think it's going to have to come back to something like that. I think that these leaders, like 95% of them, just need to be gone. They they're doing nothing unless it involves enriching themselves, right? And they don't care about us. For instance, this is just, and I'm sure it's like this everywhere. The roads I drive on, just going into work, are crap. But yet we can send $90 billion overseas to a war that don't affect us at all. You know what I'm saying? We've got problems here. We've got the borders wide open. You got people flooding in, and this is all planned, y'all. I think they're trying to do a replacement. Oh, speak of boogers, did that pick up? That was over on Uncle Bob's property, it sounded like. Did y'all hear that, Hal? I'm going to answer it. Watch your ears. Listen, we've got homeless, hungry. We've got kids that's in college or graduating high school that can't name two countries outside of the United States. They can't do 3 times 3 times 3. They don't know what a quarter of an hour is. And they're graduating, right? Now, whenever they get out and in the job market and then they're running things, I don't know if you've ever watched that movie, Idiocracy, but that's where we're heading to. I mean, the future's looking pretty dim. I mean, you can go on YouTube and just type in kids can't answer simple questions, or college kids, or simple questions, stuff that I learned in third grade. They can't answer. And these universities that parents are spending tens of thousands of dollars on, they're taking classes for like the Kardashians or the history of the Kardashians and just stupid stuff. Pardon my French, but our damn kids can't even tell if they're a boy or a girl. That's how bad it is. And it's a delusion. And man, it's really not their fault. because I think we've been dumbed down with chemicals in our food and our water, in the air we breathe, have all dumbed us down. And then you've got grown folk going on with these delusions. For instance, over in Man, a small town in West Virginia, uh, I've got people that work there as a teacher. Well, their school, their I think it was elementary, it might have been junior high, something one of them, put in a litter box for a child that identified as a cat. Put a litter box in. Do you understand what I'm saying here? They put a litter box in there. Instead of trying to get this youngin' help, they're feeding into her delusion. And it's maddening. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, y'all. Exactly, Pappy. Exactly, Crystal. Yeah, Tammy. I mean, it's insane. Light mode and time lapse. Can I do that on YouTube? I don't. Okay, Tammy. Give me about a month and I'll figure that out. I have to go back to the house and watch videos on it. Look, man, I'm lucky to be able to go live. But I can name a couple countries outside of the United States. I even tasted this on my niece who graduates here in a couple of days. She couldn't name two countries outside of the United States. She didn't know what 3 times 3 times 3 was. I mean, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. You know, they don't hold them back now. Like, there's, unless it's for like a sport or something, then they'll hold them back so they can have an advantage in the sports. But, it all started with the participation trophies. Back whenever I was growing up, you did something, and if you failed at it, that gives you motivation and incentive on doing it better. But now, if you just, every time you do something, they're telling you you win, well, there ain't no reason to try to do better. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, Tammy, and I mean, I don't, I don't know. It's very sad. Yeah, I mean, any reasonable person right now that could possibly make it happen and do it needs to get away from these cities and stuff. Even if you're in the city, man, have you a bug out bag ready to go. I mean, and if it hits the fan, you don't want to be like if the power went off and ain't coming back on. I'd say you have a day to get out of that city because people ain't gonna be very friendly whenever everybody's hungry, right? I mean, you see what happened during the riots and stuff. Now imagine if there ain't no power and people you can't call 911 and I don't know, it'll get bad fast. I don't know, this whole the power issue. I've been kind of preparing for it, like if an EMP was to hit. And again, I look for something like that to happen before November because right now this is the weakest I think our country has ever been. They're too worried about having a guy that's a military general or whatever that dresses as a woman. They're too worried about being inclusive rather than have the top person for a job. And that's a weakness. It's making us weak. All right, tell Cam we said hi. Yeah, all this is done on purpose. What the heck was that? All this has been done on purpose. This is part of the plan. Old Scratch has got his minions here on Earth, and they're in high places. We got a nice cool breeze. Alright guys, I'm going to jump off here and head back down to the house. I guess I'm going to grab the side-by-side and go try another spot. I might try to figure out the camera right real quick and snap a couple pictures. I don't know if that would happen, that would help or what. But anyway, what time's it going to be? 10:30. See, I think I'm going to ride up on this other point. I'm pretty sure that's just clouds with light over them I'm seeing over there. There ain't no northern lights going on. I just heard a vocalization from the north. Alright. Alright guys, well, I might try to come back on later. Maybe go back down and see what's going on. But somebody on here said they're seeing them down in Tennessee. They're seeing them down there. I ought to be able to see them. I think if I get on the other point, I can see north a little bit better. Matter of fact, I know I can. So let's go try that. Alright, y'all. I'll try to get back on here live if I get signal over there. If not, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and God bless.